congratulate the Clemson Tigers. Obviously a great football team. You know, they deserve to win the football game. They played better than we did. We had a lot of unforced errors out there. You know, and again, great defenses make you have unforced errors. They've caused havoc in every backfield that they've played against this year, and again, the credit goes to them. You know, we spotted them 14 points in the first half, and it's hard to recover against number 2 team in the country when you have those mistakes. So again, credit goes to them. We'll regroup and go fight for a bowl win. Questions?
Raise your hand. Let's get the handheld mic to you. Let us know who you are, who you're with, and questions for Coach or for Dennis Briggs. First question to our right.
Hey Pat, Rich Walsh, KDK, Pittsburgh. Was it more what were you guys rattled at the beginning, or was it more what they did?
You know, I think it's a little bit of both. I mean, I think, you have to watch the tape, but, they rattled a lot of people. But, I don't think our kids, lacked any composure. They're pretty good. I think there was some, some stuff going on with the cadence and some move calls that, got us early. Again, they're a good football team. They've done that to about everybody they played, and we didn't help ourselves much.
Again, to our right.
Hi, Coach. Al Oxenrider from WPXI in Pittsburgh. Can you talk about the experience? And I know your goal is to win a game, but do you think that this is a win going forward in terms of the experience that the program gets, the kids get?
Yeah, I think, I've been to a couple of championships before. The first one we went to, we got beat by a Wisconsin team, and then the second one we got to, we knocked out the number 1 or number 2 team in the country in Ohio State. So I think it's a great experience. Our kids deserve to be here. They earned the right to be here, and I think it's a learning experience. Clemson's been here before; they've been in this game, but it's still a great achievement for this football team from where we've come from and where we are now. And we're just going to keep getting better. I mean, that's what it is, and I think you learn from these experiences, and you move on. So again, I love this football team. They never quit. They kept fighting, and that's all I really can say. But it is a great experience, and we'll learn from it.
Front row.
Chris Peak, Pat, 4 pass attempts in the second half. Is that just a reflection of where the passing game is right now, and why do you think it's not further along than it is at this point in the season?
Chris, we'll look at it. Again, the front 4 they got at least 3 first-rounders, maybe 4. They've been dominant up front. There's times where someone's flying through. They're untouched at times, and we didn't execute. We'll see the tape, but Kenny missed a couple shots too. There's some guys that were open that we didn't hit, but it's Kenny's first opportunity coming in here. It's not easy. Nobody said it was going to be easy. Quarterback is probably the hardest position to play, and it's just kind of what it is. It's a good football team.
Andrew Stocky, WTAE. On that note, the interception just before halftime that Kenny threw, do you think he was trying to force something that wasn't there? What materialized there?
I think we ran what we call a smash 7, and the corner was on the number 1 receiver, and I think Kenny was trying to hit the 7 route, and was probably a little bit underthrown. We'll look at the spacing of where those guys were, and nice play by them. But I think he was trying to get it over and maybe forced it, but trying to make something happen, trying to make a calculated risk, and that hurt us right before the half for sure.
Front row.
Jerry DePaul, Pittsburgh Tribune Review. Pat, if you have any regrets tonight, was it maybe not running the clock out with 44 seconds ago in the first half when that came to the net pick?
There was more than 44 seconds, but if you guys just want to play not to lose bad, that's fine, Jerry. We're playing to win. We can take a knee if you want to and then get booed. So pick your poison. We're playing to win, and want our guys to go out and compete, and that's the only way you're going to learn.
Back to our right.
This question is for Dennis. The seniors on this football team, what are you guys going through right now? This was a great opportunity, a lot of excitement, and then to have it play out the way it did tonight. What's going through the minds of the seniors?
Obviously it's tough. Every loss is tough, especially a championship loss. This group of guys, we've been together for 5 years, and this was kind of a culmination of all the work that we've been through, and it hurts. Obviously it hurts. Obviously congratulations to Clemson. They played a great game, and we didn't play good enough to win. What we're going through right now is the emotions of losing. But we have to get over that because we got another game to go. We still have to learn from it, and we have to finish this journey that we started going into this bowl game.
left side of the room.
Pat, Brendan Marks from the Charlotte Observer. You mentioned getting to that 14-0 hurl early. I'm just wondering, what did you kind of say to your guys? What was your message to them when that happened to sort of raise their spirits?
We just stay positive. We can yell and scream all we want, but just keep them together. Nobody tries to do those things. There's some pressure on Kenny, and the first one ball gets stripped out of his hand, and just keep them together. I mean, that's all you can do. Is this? We got a tight football team. We got a family atmosphere. Our kids are about as tight as you're going to get, and they never quit. Just got to regroup and go out the next series.
Alan Saunders, Pittsburgh Sports Now. Pat, from a yards per carry perspective, your rushing game looked okay, but you didn't have those long drives. Is it just a matter of you can't beat a team like Clemson with a one-dimensional offense and you needed more from the passing game?
You definitely do. I mean, that's how South Carolina put some points up, and we weren't able to protect like they did. And we kind of knew that going into the game that maybe South Carolina's offensive line was probably a little bit more mature than what we are. I mean, the loss of Jimmy Morrissey is still affecting us. I think we obviously rushed the ball better this week than we did a week ago. So when you look at things that we did well, we did rush the ball better than we had, but still not where we need to. We still tripped up and fell down on a couple of those runs that I think we could blow through there. But those guys got a lot of speed. I mean, they're a talented football team, but they're very talented.
Front row to our left.
Amanda Flips at Godsey, Johnstown Tribune Democrat. Coach, how much I think it was the second drive of the game, the offense had some miscues. There were 2 false starts, a delay of game, had to burn a timeout. How much of that was just the issues of communication on the offensive line, and how much of it was Clemson's defensive line?
Yeah, I think it was more of us. I don't think it was the D line. When you have false starts, and unless there was, I can't hear what's going on there with move calls and people trying to mock our cadence. I don't know what happened out there, so it's hard to go. But those things will drive me nuts. We got to get it fixed. I didn't think our communication coming from our sideline to that huddle all day was very good. So we've got to fix that. It starts with the huddle and getting them out of the huddle and getting them up on the ball. So Kenny's got some time to at least look over our defense. Too often, that 25 or 40-second clock was running down too low and not even giving Kenny a chance to get going. So I'd have to look at the tape to find out exactly why.
Second row in front of me.
Brian Batko, Pittsburgh Post-Gazette. Pat, Kenny's, I know you talked about their D-line sort of blowing stuff up in terms of the passing game, but there's been a couple other games like that this year in terms of the low passing yards. How frustrating is it that you guys sort of, and what can you do, I guess, to sort of figure out different ways to get him in a rhythm, at least early, so that he can open things up a bit?
We got to make some plays, and it comes down to the people out there, and on both sides of the football. We've got people open at times. We got to find them, and then it's one guy or 2 guys a play, that whether it's a protection or the depth of a route or the read of a route. And there's some times where we were throwing fades and the corner and quarterback aren't on the same page as far as whether we're going to hit the comeback or a fade. We had 2 of those, and that's so it's just it's a combination of things.
Remember questions for Dennis as well. First row.
Yeah, Dennis, I was going to ask you, 42 points they scored. Do you feel like that's reflective of the game that you guys played on defense, or do you feel like you might have played a little bit better than that score would say?
I felt like we competed all day. Obviously, they made a lot of great plays, but our guys competed all day. There's a story, on the sideline every single game, and the story is told by the emotion. The story is told by the guys and how they approach it and how they maintain their energy throughout the game. And I don't feel like guys ever gave up. It's a tough score to look at, but guys' hearts were in the game, for 60 minutes for sure. And we got to clean up what we have to clean up.
Front row.
Dennis, what kind of challenge did Etienne present as a rusher?
He's a great running back. He's a great athlete, and he deserves all the accolades that he's getting, and he's going to have a great future. So you just have to be ready to play against great talent. He did what he had to do today, and we just have to come harder.
All the way back of the room.
Robert McRae, the Clemson Insider. Coach, you played Notre Dame now, you played Clemson now. How would you compare those 2 teams?
There's no comparison. I mean, Clemson's the best football team that we've played so far at this point. They deserve to be where they are. They'll probably win a national championship, in my opinion. It's a good football team, from the front end to the back end as far as the talent they've got. Dabo's done an incredible job. I got a ton of respect for him. I love that guy. That he's Clemson's a measuring stick in the ACC right now. They got it going, and like I told our kids, there's no reason to have your head down. You know, we gave it all we had today, and you know, we made our mistakes, and we've got to live with it. But you know, they're a talented football team, and they're the best we've seen to answer that question.
Front row.
Mac Robo from DK Pittsburgh Sports. Dennis, you guys, does it really matter to you at this point where the bowl game is or which game it is, or is it just the fact that you guys have one more to play after last year and a chance to go out on a positive note?
We want to approach every game the same. Give it all we have when we go out there on the field. You know, the bowl game is an exciting time, you know, for our whole team. And just like every other game, you have to respect the game, you have to prepare for it, and you know, whoever we play, you know, we're going to give them our best shot.
Second row left.
Coach, this is Chris Heidel from Herdiff Radio and for Dennis. What do you guys learn from this game tonight to hopefully in the future, you know, when you play somebody like these top teams, you know, you could learn from playing these teams pretty much?
I definitely believe that experience helps guys. Definitely experience playing in big games. You know, we talked about it even before we went out. You know, this is a big game, but we tried to act like we had been there before. And now those guys will actually have that experience. So when they make it here in future years, they'll remember, you know, playing in this game. They'll remember, you know, what it really takes to win a championship, because it's not easy. It's not easy. You know, the competition that you're going against is top notch. And so, you know, guys have this experience, and it'll benefit them in the future.
Lessons learned. You know, again, I think we've talked about it already. I mean, just having the opportunity to play in this game, you know, there's lessons learned. You know, and again, you know, our seniors led us to this point, and our younger guys are going to learn from, you know, the experience we had here. Again, experience is the best, you know, best thing for learning where we're going and what we're going to do in the future. And you know, there's definitely the positives of what we did today.
Left side again.
Coach, you mentioned Clemson as the benchmark in the ACC. I think yesterday you said that there's a gap between them and the rest of the conference. Now that you guys have actually played them, how wide would you say that gap is?
You know, I don't have a measuring stick on there. It's well enough. It's, I guess, 42-10. That's where the gap is.
Front row.
Pat, with 7 wins, is this a step forward for the program from last season?
You know, certainly. I mean, we played in the ACC Championship Game. You know, we ran through the Coastal and won that division. Again, we're still Coastal champions. You know, our kids have earned that, like I said earlier. And you know, you know, I think we won 5 last year, Jerry. So count 5 is not as good as 7. So, and we played in the championship game. So there's, you know, obviously those positives.
Any other questions? Second row.
I was just going to ask you about Kenny again. Obviously, he's going to take a lot of criticism with a stat line like that. Just how does he deal with that as a player, as a quarterback, either in that locker room or when he's outside of it?
You know, Kenny Pickett is one of the best competitors we have on this football team. There's nobody other than Kenny Pickett I would want to lead our offense. I think a lot of people forget. You know, we just walked into the ACC Championship Game with you can call him a true freshman. You know, I'm still going to petition to get that year back. A year ago, he only played 4 games. There's no reason he shouldn't get that year back. He's played unbelievable this year. He's made some great checks in our run game. We obviously didn't throw it as well as we want to, but you know, you can mark that down to whatever it is. It ain't all on a quarterback's shoulders, period. It starts with protection, and when he gets time, he can be effective, and when he doesn't, you know, nobody's going to be effective. When you're running for your life back there at times, it's not easy. And, you know, catching snaps, and I mean, you think about just getting that ball in your hands every snap, and you got to make quick decisions. It's not easy. Kenny Pickett is our starting quarterback. You know, you can't criticize Kenny Pickett. You know, you can criticize the football team, you can criticize me, and it starts with me, and trickles all the way down to the last player that traveled with us in the '85. But it certainly is not on Kenny Pickett's shoulders, period. Kenny Pickett is a competitor. I love that kid, and he's our starting quarterback, and you guys can write what you want to write. He brought this team to the ACC Championship Game, period.
Take a couple more. Middle of the room, towards the back.
Dan Capuano, WPTS Sports. Working off that point, how much can Kenny learn from this game and really take that going into the bowl game and next season? You
know, I'll say it again. You know, there's not a player on this football team that's not going to learn from it. Kenny's going to learn from it. You know, Kenny doesn't feel real good sitting in that locker room right now. Neither does the 84 other guys. But you know, everybody's going to learn from it. I mean, it's a learning experience, and you know, I don't think you can get where you want to get without these learning experiences. Sometimes you're going to take a step backwards to take two forward, and that's what we're going to have to do. Period. You know, they're all going to learn from it.
Okay, Coach Dennis, thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys. Thank you. Thanks.